What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is Eve Online, and we are talking about daily alpha injectors today. And so I've got the new Eden store up here just to sort of show where you can get them and to do the initial look. So this item right here, this daily alpha injector, allows you to, as it says, on a daily basis, inject 50,000 skill points into your character. It can only be activated once a day, and it triggers, or the day, quote unquote, rolls over on at server reset, which for me is like 2 or 3 in the morning, but you can figure that out based on the clock in the game. So what this does is it allows alpha characters to purchase items that give them essentially a sped up skill acquisition rate to match that of Omega. So at 20, what are these? The 20 plex each. You can buy them on, like, from the new Eden store in the same way you can buy just a month of Omega. So as a point of comparison, they say that you should get, in like 50,000 skill points per day times 30 for a month is like 1.5 million skill points, which is about on par with what they think you can get with a month of Omega clone if your attributes are appropriately allocated. So for 500 you can get a month. For 600 you can get a month of these injectors. So not a great deal there. But if we back out then and go and see what you can buy it for on the open market, they're like 60 million ISK or more, 63, right around where this character's at. And so let's just, for easy math, say that it's 60 million. If you buy one of these a day at 60 million ISK each, you're looking at like 1.8 billion for the month, which also doesn't sound like a good deal, because if I just buy 500 plex, where is it here? 500 plex, it's like 1.5 billion. So you're spending additional 300 million just to use these services. But that said, they have opened up all of these different skills, which you can see here. You've got Caldari Cruiser now, Amar Cruisers and battleships and things, including the ones that you had access to before, which for me on this character is Galente. But yeah, so does it make sense? Is it a good deal? I don't know. So let's take a quick look, just as a last step. Let's take a look at the website and how it describes it. So we recently announced a massive upgrade to alphas in this dev blog, where we described plans to make an additional 15 million skill points available for alphas on top of the 5 million they already have. We also told you that we were going to offer a new way for alphas to train all those added skill points, and that's where we're here to tell you about today, or what we're here to tell you about today. As we locked down the list of new alpha skills, we realized that we really wanted to make a more affordable option that alphas could use to train a little at a time. Saving up enough ISK to plex your way to Omega or buy a skill injector is difficult enough for new players, and in many cases an alpha may only need a small addition to their training to unlock a new ship class or weapon system, not 30 whole days of training. The problem is that we can't offer smaller portions of Omega time without running into issues like one-day Sino alts. We also faced a lot of messy tech and usability issues when trying to figure out how to offer smaller portions of training time. The entire skill and training system needs a refactor, which we are currently investigating. So we approached the design with the following requirements. Alphas must be able to acquire training in small chunks, 1 day's worth ideally. Training rate from new option must not be faster than Omega, must not activate Omega state or put character in new clone state. New option must be easily traded and available on the market. With those in mind, we decided that we can use an item to deliver the skill points and use a daily limit on using the item just to make sure that the training rate never exceeds Omega. This bite-sized training will take the form of a daily alpha injector. And here are the basic rules for the daily alpha injector. Only one injector may be used per day per character, and that's per character, not per account. May only be used by characters in the alpha clone state. Can be purchased on the NES, or that store that we were looking at originally. or Plex, or purchased for your region's real money currency via secured@eveonline.com. So you can buy them with dollars or euros or whatever. Can be activated to immediately add 50,000 skill points to your character's unallocated skill pool, roughly 1 day worth of Omega training. Can be traded on the in-game market and does not award Omega status. Pretty simple. We're sure you have questions though, so we'll try to answer some of the most obvious and then we can follow up in discussion threads for the blog. Why call it an injector, even though it's different? And this is really tiny on the screen as I'm seeing this, so let me zoom this in here. So here are the questions. Why call it an injector even though it's different? This question was hotly debated, and we settled it on Injector because the basic function of the activated item, which gives you unallocated skill points, is the same, even though the source of the skill points and the daily limit are different. We think naming it a booster or a training item would have been confusing and potentially sent the message that it would unlock Omega time. How much will they cost? We're planning to sell daily alpha injectors for 20 Plex each in the New Eden store and directly on secure.eveonline.com in a range of packages with pricing to come at release. They will also be available in the in-game market where we expect ISK prices to be well within reach of an active alpha. Can every character on an alpha account use one per day? Yes. The 1 day limit is per character, not per account. Can I use skill points from an alpha injector on Omega skills? Yes and no. Alpha injectors add skills to your unallocated pool where they stay until they are spent. As an alpha, you cannot apply those points to Omega skills, but if you become Omega at some point with unallocated points in your pool, they can be spent on any skill. The CSM was trying to find a way to abuse this, but so far has not succeeded. Please let us know if you do. Can I use alpha injectors while I still have free training available before I've reached the 5 million skill points? Yes, and we realize this may actually mean that in some cases an alpha under 5 million skill points would train faster than an Omega with a suboptimal attribute layout. We still need to deal with attributes in general. We're looking into the new bonuses for first-time Omegas to balance this out, and we'll keep you up to date as we progress on those. So, alright. So, coming back to this, what does this mean? For me, this means that I can obviously afford 60 million, or maybe not obvious, but I can much more easily afford 60 million ISK as a purchase then I can a $1.5 billion or billion ISK Omega transition. So, since it's a smaller bite-sized piece, it's definitely much more useful. And what I don't know, because, I look at this and let's say I'm interested in flying a Galente battleship. Well, this appears gray, right? As though I can just train straight into Galente battleship, no problem. So, do I need this to get into and to actually train into this gray area that appears as though I can do it otherwise? Or do I need this daily alpha injector to access some other skill? I don't know. It's not totally clear to me, and if you know, maybe you can tell me so we can all learn together. So hit me up in the comments if you have anything to add to this. But that's basically it for alpha injectors. I need to still learn, obviously, if I want to fly a Minmatar battleship, for example, whether I need something like this to go past, maybe just to go past 5 million, I need these alpha injectors. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a numeric block at 5 million, and then once my skills go past that, the only way to keep them going past that is to use these alpha injectors or go Omega. Not sure, but I've got a character, Scattered Marbles here, not this one, who's almost at 5 million. So we can use that as a test bed. So until then, thank you for watching, and welcome to the new year, and we'll just keep on pushing. Check me out over on Twitch, which is my little tag there is Vinsis. You can find me here, obviously, on YouTube at Vinsis Gaming, and look for me on Errant Gamer Twitch or the Errant Gamer podcast, which we air once a week starting next week, or I guess this week if you're watching this. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.